Good morning, I'm Chuck Zeller. This is my wife Sherry. We have a company called Chucks Woodbarn where we build custom furniture. And this morning we're getting ready to steam some pieces for a camelback trunk lid. Well, our steam cabinet is almost up to temperature. It's right at 199. That's getting pretty close. It needs to be. In the steam cabinet, steam will only get to 212 degrees at sea level. We're about 2,500 foot elevation here, so about 208 is about as much as I'll ever get. But I think it's getting pretty close, so I'm going to go ahead and put some wood in here. Let that set for 20 or 30 minutes while that heats up and gets pliable. Well, this is a traditional camelback trunk style, and the reason they call it a camelback is this lid curves both directions. It's got a hump this way and it curves this way. So this is a compound curve that these slats in the center are just bent in one curve, and this one is just one bend. As you get towards the outside, this piece is twisted as well as bent, because it has to lay flat on this plane and flat on this plane. So we have to put a twist in these, and as you go down, they get less bow but more twist. It's pretty basic. It's a really strong form. You could stand on that trunk if you wanted to. I'm going to bend first a couple of the long pieces, show you how to do those, and I'll just put them in this form and bend them by hand. I have to do it pretty fast because as soon as they start to cool, I lose flexibility. This first one is going to be for the center, and it gets just a straight bow, no twist to it. Kind of put a bend in there, and as they cool, you hold its shape. Now these are wet, so they'll have to dry for a few weeks. We just let them air dry. But as soon as they cool, they'll kind of hold their shape. But they have to dry because they'll shrink when they dry. And that won't work on the lid. So that's just a straight bend. And after they're dry, you can straighten them out a little bit if need be, but you can't bend them anymore. Now I'm going to bend one of the lower ones that has a lot of twist but no bow to it. Put just a little bit of bow in it, but not much. Like I say, you can straighten them out a little bit if need be. But you can't put any more bow or twist in them. Now we're going to bend the center cross piece, and it's just bowed and doesn't have any twist to it. These are a tighter bend, so I'll put them in this form here and just leave them in this form to dry. And again, we overbend them a little bit so that we can bend them more so that we can flatten them out later. That was done. That'll sit there for a couple weeks or longer, several weeks while it dries. Now we're going to bend a piece, what we call an intermediate cross member, that is the second one down on the camelback lid, and it's got to have some twist in it as well as bow. Wedge in there so that twists. Put another one over here. And piece down here so that holds its twist. There. And then again, we'll leave that set for probably 3 weeks while it dries. This is what I call the skeleton for the camelback lid. It's got the cross members here that provide me with something to fasten my slats to. And as I said, as we go down, we need, you can see how this one is bowed as well as twisted. That's what I call a number 2. And then as we go down more, they've got more twist in them. And you can flatten that bow out, but you can't put more bow or more twist in it. Then when I get clear at the bottom, I've got this one that isn't twisted much. It isn't bowed much, but it's twisted a lot. And that one, as you can see, lays flat on that plane and lays flat here too. And these all have to be tapered and shaped because they're the same width from end to end now, but this distance across here is less than this distance, so it has to be tapered in order for them to fit together. After I get all those long pieces on, then I put the cross pieces on. And this one is a center one. It's just bowed and doesn't have any twist in it. And as we go to the side, then they are bowed as well as twisted, so they'll lay flat here and flat there. I get down to the bottom, got one that's bowed less and twisted more.